that ends up taking the Shadow Fiend. It's a good trio of heroes to aggro try with, I think. The nature of the stuns, the regen from the Wisp, they have a lot of kill potential.
Yeah, and a lot of sustain as well, like you said, the regen. Because any regen that Wisp gets is going to be doubled towards his carry, so you could potentially salve 2 people there. Looks like they'll be able to get the top rune for sure. C9 will be able to grab the bottom rune, and that should be an even mid lane then. Shadow Fiend with a Wraith Band, and Viper also with a Wraith Band. But once he gets a couple last hits, it'll be Shadow Fiend's favor as a whole. Because we won't see too much of the second skill on Viper, probably.
Yeah. And that means Big Daddy, no tail here. He'll have to take the Spirit Breaker. He'll be playing on the Foreign Misery on the Lion. As you mentioned, he'll go boots first. And probably we'll see him roaming around quite a bit here.
I actually like the Spirit Breaker pick a lot. It was picked before the Sven came through, but it's a solution versus BKB carries, so Sven might have to be a little bit worried about getting bashed repeatedly or getting another strike in really crucial moments. But once he grabs the BKB, that's pretty much all he has to worry about, and then he just wants his opponents to group up a bit so he can get the cleave on. So hopefully for him that will happen. Remember, Complexity needs to win at least one game here to guarantee their top 4 finish against MVP Phoenix, but if they can get more points than that, they can get the 3rd space.
Yeah. And look at this, Magic Bush blocked out by Cloud9, so limiting some jungle access here. And, of course, the pole camp as well. Radiant side wards, they'll get one down here in the inside of the tree line for their aggro try, and then one into the entryway of their jungle, possibly to make Moon's life a little bit easier in that safe lane. It is a 2-1-2 for Cloud9, at least the start, though. No surprise to see Big Daddy already roaming around here, one of those very active support players.
Also because they expected at least a dual lane down here, because No Tail's down here. Look at that, he's even blocking jungle camps. So this is probably because we've seen a lot of mid-wisp pulls lately, but they're actually not focusing on that, so this seems like a complete misread by C9. 2 sentry wards that have essentially been wasted. Might see a gank on mid on Swindle Melons. He's got a salve here. Viper's looking to dive. 2 levels of poison attack. I like the skill build versus the SF. Gives you some advantage, and they ping out and guessing that No Tail is bottom, or mid, sorry.
Yep.
So
up top, they tried to dive on the gyro, but good positioning there from Envy. Moved into the tree line, and he will be safe. Now back towards mid. Swindle in some trouble. There's the charge from Big Daddy. Fada dives the tower. It'll be an easy first blood for Cloud9. Fada, the hero, to strike first.
I feel like that's a moderate mistake there by Swindle Melons. Like, there was a ping from Moon Meander right next to the tower. He said, I think Spirit Breaker's there. He's waiting to gank you mid because he hasn't been bought in a while, and where else would he be? So he ends up getting charged there. I didn't see the circumstances that got him initiated on by the Viper. Probably went for a last hit, but he ends up dying there in a matchup with a gank that I think was called out.
Well, a little rune control here. Z-Freak will bottle up the bounty in the top lane, and Big Daddy, he'll just eat that regen down bottom here. Bone 7 having a great time this off lane, though. Centaur is able to grab some last hits here and there. He's getting decent experience, but Bone really not being slowed down too much, and they should bode well for Cloud9. I guess slightly greedy lane set up here, but so far so good as all their cores are farming at least decently.
Yeah, this is really good for Quap versus Centaur. It's a pretty one-sided matchup. Like, he can return damage with Centaur, but he can't go for a last hit on every single creep like Quap can, so he's pretty much down to the offlane role. But this is what Complexity wants, and it should limit a bit of farm on Eternal Envy on the other side, and it has.
Yeah, that's a good point. Only 8-0, and the Sven, conversely, sitting 14-2 at the moment. Interesting to see more mangoes picked up here, Purge. One on Ziz as well as one on Eternal Envy.
Really needed on Sven, honestly. Look at his mana pool. He's only got 200, and his first skill costs 140. So the mango could definitely be the difference between a kill or not. And on an important carry like Gyro, whose HP is a bit weak early, look, that's a good trade here with just the mango. And Gyro, kind of similar thing. If you cast Rocket Barrage like 3 times in a row, all of a sudden you could really use a mango to score a kill. So I like the pickup for Gyrocopter here, and it's definitely going to be nice when he's aggressively tri-lane. Those are the situations where you need that burst mana to make or break a game.
Yeah. Envy will just rotate into the jungle here, trying to find farm anywhere he can. And just going to pick on these Centaurs a little bit, give a little solo XP to Misery. Rotation towards the mid lane. Old Wisp going to come down to try and support the Shadow Fiend. It is a disaster for Swindle at this point, Purge. He is 6-1 compared to the 21-6 Viper. He desperately needs some help. We've got Big Daddy just hiding in the tree line here, ready to charge over if Swindle oversteps his bounds.
Yeah, they even had this Observer Ward, actually, when Big Daddy ended up rotating, so they definitely knew that he was there the last time, and this time it's just scary, you know? Shadow Fiend versus Spirit Breaker. If he gets that bash, or if he gets 2 bashes as he charges in, you're absolutely dead. And here comes the charge once again. He's trying to get the deny, but Wisp is here. Can he keep him alive? There's 1 raise, 2 raise, maybe 3 on Fada. He's going to stay alive, though. Now going on No-Tail. Great block from Z-Freak, and that should be No-Tail going down. He gets the bash, though. That 2 bash! Oh, my God, so lucky from No-Tail. Z-Freak might also die. Viper going for the kill. He gets it.
Wow.
Double kill for Fada, and right off the bat, a bit of unlucky. Ooh, the Dragon Slave gets him. Fly, huge pickup there. That's a full level, and he's going to get some last hits in mid. Great rotation from Fly to absolutely salvage that.
Yeah, good from Fly, but just so unfortunate. Well, from the perspective of complexity, I guess very fortunate for Big Daddy there on the Spirit Breaker. A very noble effort from Z-Freak. He kept that Shadow Fiend alive for so long. Just imagine if Swindle had some more souls, if he was farming better in the lane. That could have gone completely different with just a little more auto attack damage. So now things starting to compound a little bit from that first death, and now this second death really puts Swindle far behind with Fata 3-1 in only 5 minutes.
He's level 6 too versus the SF's level 4. This is such a bad, and he has treads and an Aquila. Like, there's no way the Shadow Fiend can fight this. He's got 8 armor and he has corrosive skin. Shadow Fiend doesn't even have a level 3
This
raise.
could easily be another kill here. Just a Viper strike and a charge in. Okay, they will cancel it. They see that there's somebody lingering nearby. The Lena's still here. So they won't chance it, but any opportunity, Cloud9 are ready to continue picking on this Shadow Fiend.
I mean, if it's a 1v1, just a Viper versus the SF, the Viper can easily kill him with his advantage here. Because the only thing that Swindle can throw... Ooh, the charge comes through.
There we go. Viper strike will be held once more. They bait out the LSA. Now the Wisp rotates in, tethers up to Swindle, and C9 will be happy just to bait a reaction out of out of Complexity, and make a little more space for Envy and Misery in that safe lane, as now Sven's left all alone.
Yeah, no kidding. So many heroes mid going on. I feel like a sentry would be really helpful here, because a lot of the time Shadow Fiend's pretty far back. If you can prevent the initial charge, sometimes that'll be enough time to stay alive. He also pulls up a medium camp here, a nice little soul boost when he's got almost nothing, so that'll be pretty cool. But he really needs more raise levels, honestly. That's his main defense against the Viper.
Charge again, on to Swindle Melons. Big Daddy on his way in, finds Z-Freak, and will retreat, but man.
Nicely done. He's just doing that to mess with them, basically. He forces the Shadow Fiend to come back and think, oh, we got a Hex going on?
Yeah.
Oh, no death there. Oh, they might actually chase us.
Warcry's pop. Sven just shy of level 6, though. And he may want to wait until he gets that God Strength before they commit to a fight. There is a charge on the way. A nice stun from Misery to get things started. Sven gets blown up. Now Fly falls as well. Beautiful ult from Bone 7.
What a
great
bait.
Rotation as well. Yeah, bait indeed. Also with a double damage rune on. Things looking pretty good for Cloud9 in just the first couple minutes of gameplay here, Purge.
I thought Misery was dead for sure there. That was
Mid,
really great
Wisp,
play.
getting dove, but... I mean, Fata's showing his power here. That's a 2v1, and just look how weak Swindle and Z-Freak are against just the lone Viper.
It's really hard to kill him when he has this HP advantage, and Wisp is almost all magic, and Shadow Fiend is very largely magic in this early game, so if he can't land the triple raise, it's very tough to get kills, and once he gets slowed, man, Viper just kind of does whatever he wants. So this is really showing the strength of Viper, in my opinion. But, he's pretty moderately getting our last hit, but obviously he has been worried about the Spirit Breaker this whole time and didn't really have a support to cover him for a couple levels. So.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend starting to recover a little bit, though. They did stack up this hard camp. Just a double stack, but he was able to clear it out. Now a smoke rotation from Fly and Ziz. Sven has secured level 6, so God's Strength ready to rock and roll. They want vengeance on Fata, and they'll try to rotate here. It's a 4-on-1 gyrocopter in the neighborhood. Here we go. Warcry, God's Strength used. There's your Storm Bolt, and, well, Fata's dead. It takes 4 of them, but they do find the kill.
That kill's completely worth it. And they've got Strength now, so they can hit the tower for way more damage. He could even overcharge this if needed. Only 1 point in Great Cleave, but bam, Dragon Slave and the creep wave's gone. They're going to have to solve this up. The TPs are coming. That's going to be Line actually running into it. Great stun, catches 2. No other stuns. Call Down's going to catch a couple, but they will be able to heal back up, and Ziz should be just fine here.
Decent defense, though. They pop their Glyph Tower only at half health. Pretty minor rotation for Cloud9, and it completely repels Complexity. Thought they may rotate onto Bone 7, and looks like they could still head down that way. Maybe they'll just do the rotation and put Ziz in the safe lane now and let Moon move to the off lane. Centaur had a pretty good time, almost level 8, still pretty far off his Blink Dagger. But here we go. They bump into Bone 7. They hit him with the Storm Bolt, but they don't have the damage to finish him off. Stampede is deployed, but does not achieve much.
Yeah, that was really well played by Bone 7. He's like, there's a chance that they're rotating on me right now, so...
Oh, here we go. Is it enough damage?
The stun, you can blink dodge it now. You should not be able to do that, so slight change, and Sven's stun not going to hit.
Close call for Bone 7, but he will make it out.
Just really well done by him. He read that game completely. He said they could definitely rotate from mid, go check the side jungle, and because he did that, rather than sit in lane, it guaranteed that the double stun wasn't there and he doesn't get killed. So that was a great read from Bone 7.
Now smoke rotation from Cloud9. TP in
puffs.
from the Quap.
They saw it.
And that's unfortunate. Right on the edge of it. Bone 7 will lose his as well, and it looks like Complexity will be able to dodge this gank. Right now, though, Cloud9 just soaking up the farm. You've got Fata free farming mid, pushing the tower, and Big Daddy getting some solo time in the top lane. Now finds level 6. Nether Strike at the ready as he TPs back to regen up.
Fly does the bottle crow. Fly's pretty farmed. Arcane Boots here. They're looking to turn things around. They could initiate on Gyro. They don't have Centaur ult, though. Here comes. There's the first stun.
Call down.
Second stun, double
Envy
edge.
queued up, though. It's going to connect on quite a few. Envy falls, but Misery
stun.
gets a stun on two as well as the finger. They make it a 1-for-1, and can they get some more? Charge onto Ziz, but Big Daddy's still pretty far away. Queen of Pain on her way to cut him off. She's got a Sonic Wave to boot. They're all rather healthy, but still a numbers advantage for Cloud9 if they all converge. Looks like the charge will be canceled, and everybody will just retreat after the 1-for-1.
Completely worth it there. They killed Envy first. Centaur died afterwards, but they're going to be happy with that for sure. Limiting Gyro's farming quite big ways, actually. He's got 3 assists here, but his CS is far lower than it normally is. Looking for the stun on Fata. Throws the stun. Fly with the follow-up. They've got Light Strike away. Big Waffle catching
what a
3.
Sonic Wave.
Fata's low. He goes down. Now chasing after Fly. Great ult from Centaur as well. They should be able... No, the great ulti from Spirit Breaker, but Swindle Mountains is here. First race, second race, he still goes down. And a double kill for C9.
Yeah, absolutely worth it for them this go around. They do lose their Viper, but getting to an exchange pretty solid. And again, they've got Envy just farming away up here in their safe lane. Centaur still trying to get to that Blink Dagger. This is a great time to try and pick on him. He doesn't have a Stampede, still sitting on a lot of unreliable gold, and C9 are privy to it. They'll rotate down, and there is no way Moon's surviving this one. It's a 3-on-1. He'll get hexed up and finished off by Big Daddy No-Tail. Nice gank there from Cloud9.
No-Tail's gotten so many levels here. I know it's 11 minutes and all, but for just more or less just a roaming hero, he's been a part in 5 kills. He's got the quick level 7. He's got the big stun duration. I like the Charge of Darkness max this game. It's so important against stun heroes and other heroes that are against a Wisp as well. You just don't want to chance them being able to move or cast their spells. The stun duration's huge.
What's really impressive about his level 7 is that Misery's level 8. So
yeah,
actually, the Gyrocopter and the Spirit Breaker are the lowest level.